Choose the game, that's the aim. Never be afraid to trade or get paid. Nobody can trace you on the blockchain. Time for action, now we gain traction. Pirate chain for private transactions. Cause we need some free interaction. Here we go, now it's time to catch on.
Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
When ARRR is low, gonna buy that dip. Hodl and do some private flips. Following simple finance tips so that one day I can buy a pirate ship. Stand up and dare to dream big. Cause you know it's time to be free. Love and respect is what the world needs. And of course, privacy.
Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut, and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain, crew and all. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
What's going on, everyone? 1 second. All right. Apologies for being a little late. Just to give you some personal news, my wife gave birth to our son this past weekend, so things have been a little hectic, obviously, but nonetheless amazing. So, anyways, let's get into the pirate updates. Not too much going on this month as the market's been crazy, and obviously we've been focused on building and so forth, and making connections as always. The biggest thing I want to say for this month is the fact that we have now grouped up with Voluntarium is in Action, which is a large group that does a lot of charity work, things like that, that have now accepted Pirate Chain as a form of payment. Actually, I think I see Luna here. Luna, do you want to talk a little bit about them and talk about who they are? Just through you an invite to speak.
Hi. So Voluntarism in Action is the largest free market solution to charity. And they, as Dreyev had mentioned, they agreed to start accepting Pirate Chain for their charity work. And they are in the process of listing on the Armada. I will be happy to post a link to their website in the Discord for anyone who would like to check it out. And as soon as they are up on the Armada, I will also link that.
Yeah, and this whole thing came about thanks to Luna as well. So she started the discussions and spoke with them quite a bit, and then got them to get interested in Pirate Chain. And then on top of that, me and her did a podcast with the head guy over there, talking about why Pirate Chain is the best type of donation you can receive, because you can donate with complete anonymity, which is really important for certain causes that maybe certain groups don't like or so forth. That taking an example from the trucker rally in Canada, where people's bank accounts get frozen, all this other stuff, that can't happen with Pirate Chain, obviously. So it gives people the perfect solution to donate without having to worry about unforeseen ramifications from groups that you may not agree with. So that podcast, I believe, is out today, right, Luna?
Yes, it is. As soon as they have a link over to me, I will include that into the Discord chat also.
Sweet. So, as I said, massive shout out to Luna for all the hard work she put into this, because it's something that I know that she's passionate about, with volunteering and with donating for good causes and things like that. So this is something that she worked her butt off on, and made happen. So huge shout out for her on that. All right, so next thing on my list of things to talk about is the Komodo hard fork. Now, that's not going to affect us, except obviously we got to update our code a little bit just because for delayed proof of work and stuff like that. So, as far as the timeline, it's being scheduled. It's not going to be for bare minimum, at least a few weeks, few weeks, something like that, bare minimum. So, there's nothing that you guys have to do on your end yet. But when that release does hit, you'll need to just update your wallets. So, and that's pretty much all the action that's really necessary on your end for when that happens. So, aside from that, uh, another big
Hey,
piece of
hey,
news was
Drath,
that.
Drath.
Yep.
That will be a mandatory update. Your wallets will stop where do not update after the Komodo hard fork.
Yeah, that's what I
They'll
figured.
stop syncing.
Gotcha. Good to know. Good to know. Is there any other comments you want to make on it, or now
No,
that we got you here?
it's pretty straightforward. It happens if it just sometimes people forget to update. Why is my wallet not?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Cool. Were you working on the I2P stuff, Forge,
Uh,
or?
I am. I do have nodes that are working with I2 syncing with I2P. The connection's a little less stable than a regular IP address, but it does work. It's a little slower than a normal IP address, just because of the nature of the network that it's working over. It's not ready for deployment yet. I still have some bugs I have to work out, so it won't be part of this.
Gotcha. But it's good to know for everyone that's the community that that's something that we're working on behind the scenes.
Yeah, it took a while because the size of the address had to be expanded. And that also will enable Tor v. So once I finish with the I2P, I'll work on the Tor v3 and then I'll release.
Sweet. I know that's something that we've been looking to do for quite a while now,
Mhm.
and then that kind of put on the back burner. So that's great to hear that you're knocking that out for us.
Yeah, it was a lot of code that had to be, but it's getting there. It's almost done.
Sweet. Any kind of timetable that you can give us, or is it just too early to really say?
Within the next couple months. I mean, and probably
Oh,
sooner. Um, Literally the only thing I have right now that I can't figure out what's going on is the nodes don't seem relaying the I2P address to other nodes. I can't figure out why. If I add an I2 node as like an add node or put it as part of the hard coded nodes, they connect fine. But for whatever reason, if I have two nodes that aren't hard coded, they never see each other. They connect for whatever reason. So for whatever reason, the non-hard coded nodes aren't their addresses made across the network. Or I don't know why. So I got to figure it out. I'm sure I'll figure out what the problem is. I just haven't found the issue yet.
gotcha, gotcha. Awesome. That's great to hear, though. Aside from the that minor issue, which will get resolved eventually, but it's great to hear that you're making a lot of progress on it.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, it works great. So I mean, I could figure out what that issue is tomorrow when they for, but I don't know. I've been looking at it for like a week, and I'm like, what the heck?
I just saw somebody ask, "What's I2P?" You want to just take a quick stab at that?
It is an anonymous. May had a good definition. Basically, it's anonymous. It's an anonymous network like Tor is, where there's a bunch of hosted computers that are hosting and running the I2P service. A bunch of volunteer computers, I believe about 55,000 across the world. So it is. You get in a long anonymous address that you trace, connect to the service. The traffic is encrypted through the service. So very similar to.
From my understanding, it's basic definition that I got. It may be wrong, so feel free to correct me. Is that it's like Tor is a single lane highway, vertical lane highway, where the data you send and then you receive for I2P are in two separate lanes going through different nodes versus Tor, which is going through the same node when you send them.
You know what? I don't know too much about the inner workings of each protocol. So, I mean,
So
you could very much be right. I don't know the inner workings of the protocols.
yeah, so Quartermaster appreciates you for posting up the definition or posting up the info. It says I2P hides the server from the user and the user from the server. All I2P traffic is internal to the I2P network. Traffic inside I2P does not interact with the internet directly. It is a layer on top of the internet. It uses encrypted unidirectional tunnels between you and your peers. No one can see the traffic, where the traffic is coming from, where it's going. or what the contents are. Additionally, I2P offers resistance to pattern recognition by blocking sensors because the network relies on peers to route traffic. Location blocking is also reduced.
Yeah, so the traffic over our traffic over ITP will have multiple layers of encryption. You're going to have the ITP encryption, but it's also going to connect via SSL, TLS. So it's going to be encrypted and encrypted.
Yo, dog, I heard you like encryption, so we encrypted your data, encrypted your encryption so that you can encrypt your fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Old school joke that probably some new people won't get. All right. So aside from that, we have Cordal that just listed Pirate on their decks, I believe. So that's pretty awesome on their end. They've been doing quite a bit of work with us, to my knowledge, and it's a pretty big feat for them to get us listed on there. So kudos to them for getting up with us and getting the work done to get us integrated into their stuff.
Yeah, they're also going to be working on setting up an atomic swap. So hopefully that's not too far off.
Can you what is that exactly?
Well, they're going to be
Oh,
working on
atomic
the
swap.
same.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I thought you said atomic bot. I'm like, the hell is that?
Sorry, I'm still a little numb from the dentist.
I'm surprised your speech is as good as it is right now. So
Only half my mouth is. No, they're working on setting up atomic swaps using the same methodology that atomic dexes. So hopefully we're gonna have two uh, atomic dexes here real soon, or dexes that are capable of atomic swaps.
sweet. More dexes there are, the better off we all are. So,
Yep.
and let's see. Think that's all the updates we have for this month. Can't think of anything else unless anybody else can think of something, or there's questions, comments, anything like that. Let's check the chat. Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to post up in chat or raise your hand, and I'll bring you in so you can actually talk. The pirate car, I believe, is your thing, man, Lutz. So I have no idea. The hard fork, as I said, that's actually being scheduled. So there's no actual release day for the
Before
new
the end of
wallet.
June.
So it's going to be definitely before the end of June.
That's
Okay, because I thought it was, well, I mean, yeah, because 2 weeks minimum is still mid-June. So, yeah. So, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so the game that's being developed by a group that I'm working with called Nightlife Drifting, that's currently being worked on. We will have a pirate chain car in that game. So
yes.
it's going to be an awesome drifting game for that's on chain and things like that. So there will be pirate chain. Uh, there will be a pirate chain car and NFTs and things like that that'll be using. So, oh, God's as far as this staking contract, that's we're still trying to find an auditing firm that hasn't been affected by the whole Luna thing. So the market's been a mess, and the whole Luna situation. For those of you who don't know or haven't been paying attention to the market or the news that's been in crypto, basically, Luna crashed. It's like something phenomenally because their stablecoin got unpegged and the algorithm that was assisting it staying at $1 just broke because people were taking advantage of the price differential between the stablecoin and the price of Luna, and it was just like a downward spiral of death. So because so many people had Luna, because Luna was a top 20 project, I think, something like that. It was multi-billion-dollar project that just got spiraled all the way down to death, and people lost millions and millions of dollars. And I'm not just talking about regular users. I'm talking about everybody that was involved with, including like different companies and firms, you name it. So because of that, the whole market just went south as well. Even more so, even though Bitcoin was trending around the 2,800, 29 or 29, $28,000, level. It just made the market that much worse for that period of time. So many people got affected that it's actually made it harder to find companies that do work these days in terms of certain sectors and whatnot. So we're still looking to get the staking contract audited before we release it because we want to make sure that everything's perfect. We've done all the testing possible. Everything is perfect as we see it, but we also want that extra layer of comfort knowing that it's been audited and everything checks out. Cax says, question from YouTube. Will there be an update for the Android wallet that allows changing the password through the app instead of having to reinstall to set a new password? You want to take that one, Forge?
It's on the list of things to do for that app.
Got it. So answer is it's on the to-do list. Kingslayer said 20% APY was a joke. Best fund managers in the world aim for that. Yeah, that I completely agree with that. He's referring to Luna, that is. Ben Yoba, appreciate you answering Agent Dip's question, but I'll repeat his question for everybody. So how do I update my already existing wallet? So if you have a full node wallet, when the new release comes out, all you'll need to do is download the new wallet and run it. That's it. Same thing for all the other wallets. Just download the new wallet and run it.
You won't need to update the Lite wallets. So the Android wallet, the iOS wallet, and the Lite wallet don't need just the.
Good point. Any plans to bridge ARRR to any other blockchain? Not currently, as far as I know. There may be some potential ones in the future, but that will come in time. Because realistically, it's really easy to do with EVMs, but any other chain, like Ethereum virtual machines. So, like, I'm talking about Polygon and OKEx chain and all those others that are based off of Ethereum. But chains that are completely separate from Ethereum, it's a lot more difficult. I'll say that. It's not just as simple as the EVM stuff. So that will come in time. I will say that there, because of something that my dev group on the side is trying to develop, there is a chain that we will eventually get on that is a privacy platform. I'll say that. There's not much I can really say on top of that because it's too early to really talk about to begin with. So, question from YouTube: any update about Edge? Nothing that we can talk about just yet, right, Forge?
No.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, comments, anything? I don't know if I can get you some chips. It was very faint, but I heard it. All right, I'll leave it open for another 15 seconds if anybody has any other questions. If not, then we'll go ahead and close out for today. And I do want to mention is that while bear markets and crazy things that happen, like with Luna, that have major effects on the market, one thing you can always tell that when a project is solid is if there's still developments during those types of markets. So literally, we've been through this multiple times so far, and every time Pirate Chain, and I'm not saying we're the only ones by any stretch of the imagination, because there's tons of good actual good projects out there. But Pirate Chain continues to develop no matter what the market looks like. So we're always here for you guys to expand your privacy options and make sure that we are the most private and secure currency in existence. So, but all right, so that seems like that's all the questions that everyone had. So let's go ahead and cut this off. I will say this though, there is the U.S. meeting that's later today that I will more than likely not be able to attend for obvious reasons. But next month we'll go back to our regular schedule of the EU meeting and the US meeting at the normal times. So what we'll do is we'll replay this episode during the US meeting just so that people can listen in through the Discord and stuff like that. So, but all right, everybody. Well, appreciate you all coming. Thank you all for all the questions and your support. Thank you to Forge for his continuous hard work. Thank you to Luna for all the hard work she's put in for VIA. Appreciate Lutz and Benny and all of you guys for all the hard work you guys are doing with development on the side and the Daily Dose of Pirate Chain and Seiko for the Armada, and the list goes on and on and on and on because all of you guys have been putting in so much work and you guys are amazing at what you do. So thank you all for coming, and I will catch you all next time.
There was a ship, the name of the chip, privacy. The winds blew down, blow me. Soon may the pirate come from. One day when this is done, she'd not been but 2 years from shore when her value it began to soar. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take those bankers in tow. the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold, and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Na, 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 na. Before the boat had hit the water, bankers came but never caught her. All in sync, we hidden for them, then they began to know. Soon made to bring gold and rum. One day the system is take. The chain was cut, no block was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the pirates' greed and took those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold, and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure go. Yet the beams more lost jaw, and still that system did. Soon may the pirate chain come for gold and rum. One day when the system's done, we can't trust. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain, the crew, and one day when the system is done, soon may the pirate chain come.